Welcome back and welcome to another book review video. I reviewed this author's last release last February, so I felt that I had to do a video review of her book, which is released in the UK today. Of course, this author is Sophie Kinsella, you know that from the title of the video, and her new novel Surprise Me is out today in the UK and is out on Tuesday in the US. I had a proof copy of this one to read from NetGalley, and so I was able to read this one and review it. So I posted my review on the blog today and decided that I would post my video review today as well. So Surprise Me is the story of Dan and Sylvie, who are the kind of couple who have been married so long they've just completely synced up. They finish each other's sentences, they know what the other is thinking. If one of them forgets something, the other one automatically knows it, and so they kind of take a look at their marriage and think that perhaps some surprises in their life are the answer to keeping their marriage fresh and kind of stop them getting into a rut over the next 60 odd years that they're going to be married. Dan and Sylvie are incredibly relatable characters. I think Dan is one of those kind of people that the world just kind of takes for granted. He's a bit of an unsung hero, and he needs a little bit more attention. He's a little bit underrated, and him as a character throughout the novel, I kind of enjoyed following and watching. We see him basically through Sylvie's eyes, so you know he's not always seen as the knight in shining armour, because we see him through her eyes and she's his wife, and you know you don't always think that your husband's the best thing in the world when they haven't done the hoovering, for example, and so yeah, his ending that he got I was very, very happy with. That's kind of like, yeah, my takeaway from the book was that I was really happy with Dan's ending. Sylvie is one of those fabulous Sophie Kinsella characters that's like your Becky Bloomwood. She provides a little bit of comedy for us right from the word go. She does these things where you're like, oh, don't do that, that's going to end in tears, or oh, maybe don't say that. But she gave me some real laughs throughout the book, that's for sure. However, there's obviously a deeper side to her because she seems like a very real character. We see her insecurities as well, and they're just like anyone else's insecurities, but because we kind of, yeah, see the book from her point of view and see the other characters in the book from her point of view, sometimes it's like, oh, you know, you want to go in and help her out a little bit, but she is very real and very relatable, and I felt like, you know, I was her friend throughout the book. It also obviously helps that we're exactly the same age, but yeah, in terms of the plot line, the first 2/3 of the book are very much like, oh, you know, what are Dan and Sylvie doing to spice up their marriage? What comedy thing's going to happen next? You know, they've got twin daughters. Perhaps there's going to be something go on with them. And, you know, it's a lovely read and it was making me laugh. And then at that, after the 2/3 point, at like almost bang on 70% in my Kindle, it really changes, and the title Surprise Me seems like really, really relevant because I was surprised, and the surprises just kept coming from then on. It changes into a slightly kind of like deeper story. We get to see another side to kind of all the main players in the book, and it alludes to this in the blurb, into kind of uncovered secrets or skeletons in the closet, and yeah, I was so surprised when the novel kind of took this turn, and it's not a spoiler that there's a twist because the blurb itself alludes to the fact that there are skeletons in the closet, but yeah, the novel really changed at this point and became almost like a different book. which was a little unsettling, but I quite like the fact that it was a little unsettling, and I quite like the fact that we got things that kind of ended up being a little bit sort of darker or more difficult to, not difficult to handle, but difficult to read about as it carried on. I was reading it in public and I was like, looking at my Kindle going, oh, and shaking my head, which is always a good thing when you're reacting to a book in public. But yeah, overall, this book made me laugh. This book made me cry a little bit, had a little cry at the end. The characters, as I've mentioned, I think the thing that really, got me about this book is the characters were so relatable. I didn't always like them both, but I was definitely rooting for them all the way through. And I liked the ending that both of them got, but I particularly liked Dan's ending. I was surprised. The characters in the book were surprised, and the surprises that Sylvie and Dan kind of plan for each other are hilarious. And yeah, it was just great to be reading a Sophie Kinsella book again. I love her writing. It feels like settling down into, like, your jeans that you've worn in just right. New jeans are great and they can make you feel fantastic, but you know what the feeling is like putting on a pair of jeans that you've worn in and are just perfect, and they go with everything and they're just the right length, so you can wear like whatever footwear with them. That's what Sophie Kinsella novel is like. It's great, it's quality, but it's comforting and just, it's a nice place to be and you feel good. And yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. Obviously, it's Sophie Kinsella. I'm going to recommend it, obviously. Yeah, and I like the fact that she is still surprising me. So thanks for that. Yeah, I will have another video for you soon. So make sure that you are subscribed so that drops right into your subscription feed. Let me know if you've read this one, or if not, if there is a book that surprised you in a similar way, so close to the end, in the comments, and let's have a chat about it. If you enjoyed it, obviously give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you soon with my next video. Bye.